Welcome to Learn Commerce PU online classes. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Hello, good morning student. Welcome to our computer science online classes. In today's class, we are going to discuss from new chapter 16, Internet and Open Source Software. So in this chapter, we are discussing about some information about the internet as well as about our software. So before going to start any type of the software, maybe it's a free software, open source software or proprietary software or any other software, let's the meaning of the software. Software is a set of instructions that makes the computer to perform some of the tasks. Without the software, we can't do any type of the work or any type of operation by using computer. It tells the computer or software tells the computer what to do and how to do it. So this is the meaning of the software. Now in this chapter we are going to discuss some question from 1 mark question and some going to discuss from 2 marks question as well as 3 and 5 marks question. So first question I am selecting as the what is open source software. We know the meaning of the software. Now, the first question is the what is open source software? So, we can say that the open source software is also a software and whose license do not impose much condition. We know that in every software have some of the license and in license some of the rules and regulation they are going to apply in the license. But here we can say that the open source software whose license do not impose much condition, not more condition is there in the license. The open source software generally give the user some kind of the freedom. The freedom meaning to run or use of the software. So such software we can use the purpose like the study, or we can make the modification of the software and after the modification we can redistribute the software to any other. So all are comes in case of the license or the condition of the software. So this is just only some point about the open source software. Now let's for 1 more question how to write. So the open source software can be freely used but it does not have to be free of charge. That means after the payment of some nominal charges, we can use the software for any kind of the purposes. So here we can say that an OSS may come free of cost or with a payment of nominal charges that its developers may charge in the name of the development call as support of the software, why they taking some of the amount just for the support of the software for the implement or the development of the software, but after the payment of some nominal charges we can use such software for any kind of purposes. The purposes like study purposes we can use for the study purposes and later we can modify the software here, else we can say as the redistribute the copies of the original or the modification of the software. So this is about our open source software. Now next software is the free software. Now what is the difference between to our open source software and the free software? Free software means software is freely accessible and can be freely used. That means we can say that in our open source software we need to pay some of the amount and laterwards we can use freely. But in case of the free software, the software is freely accessible and can be freely used. So free software is a matter of users' freedom Clear this point here? The user's liberty in this case and not the price in this case here. So free software is a matter of the user's freedom to run, copy, distribute, study, change and improve the software without any payment. We don't want to give any of the payment here. So one example we can say for our free software, the example is the Google and Chrome. That means anytime we can get such software here for any kind of the purposes. Maybe you want just for the study purposes here, or we can make the copy distribution. So each and everything. So one example we can say for the free software is called as the Google and the Chrome in this case. Now the third question, what is flows in this case? The full form is the FLOSS. So we can say the term flow or the full form free labor and open source software, or in other words we can say as the free labor and open source software. Okay, so this is the full form of the flows. The free labor and open source software and free labor and open source software. So the term flow is used to refer to the software which is both free software as well as the open source software. So whatever, that means this software is also comes in the category of free software as well as the open source software. We know the meaning of open source software can be freely used, but it does not have to be free of charge. Free software means freely accessible and can be freely used. Clear this point here? But we can say that the flows, which is both free software as well as the open source software, and I already said the full form of the flows here, free labor and open source software, or the free labor open source software. So here the word labor, L-I-B-R-E, it's a Spanish word, and labor, L-I-V-R-E, it's a Portuguese word. The meaning of both labor or labor meaning is very simple. The meaning is the freedom. Clear this point here? So we can say that the flows is a software and which is both comes in the category of free software as well as the open source software here. And after completing our flows, the next question is what is FSF? Okay, what is FSF? So full form of the FSF, Free Software Foundation. Free Software Foundation. Now it is a non-profit organization. That means some organization created to get the profit here, and some organization developed just for a non-profit organization. So we can say that the one organization is there, we know the full form, Free Software Foundation organization, and such organization is a non-profit organization and created for the purpose of supporting free software movement. Clear this point here? Such organization specially developed just to support to our free software movement here. And this organization is developed by our Richard Stallman, founded the FSF in the year 1985. Clear this point here? The 1985 to support the GNU project and GNU license. Later words I will tell the meaning of the GNU each and everything. Now first of all we will complete whatever the question is there, each and everything. So now we know that the meaning of our open source software, free software here, and as well as the flows here. And the fourth question is the FSF. We know that Free Software Foundation, and it is a non-profit organization, and specially such organization developed for the purpose of supporting our software movement, free software movement here. Now the next question is what is W3C? Okay, what is W3C? So the full form or the acronym we can say as the World Wide Web Consortium. The full form, the World Wide Web consortium. And the W3C is responsible for producing the software standard. We know that without software we can't do any work here. So what's the responsible of the W3C here? So the main responsibility of the W3C just to produce the standard software for the World Wide Web. Clear this point here? And the W3C was created in October 1994 here. So this is some explanation information about our W3C here. We know that why we created the W3C. Such one is specially introduced just to produce the standard software or the software standard here for the World Wide Web here. And after the W3C, the next question is what is proprietary software? So we can say that it is the most important question, the meaning of the proprietary software. So the proprietary software or also called as the closed source software. The other name of the proprietary software is called as the closed source software. Is the software that is neither open nor freely available. Now, why it is called as neither open or not freely available? Maybe we can say that why? Because we know the information about our free software can be freely accessible and can be freely used, modified, improved, distributed to everyone who wish to do. Correct, Nakia? So this is the meaning of the free software. And when you are going to think about our open source software, we can say that can be freely used, but it does not have to be free of charge. Clear this point here? But in case of the proprietary software, what I said here, I said about the proprietary software that is neither open nor freely available. That means maybe if you want to use it, use is regulated. Here some of the restriction is there for the use of the proprietary software. And maybe if you want to do some of the distribution or modification in the software, such a distribution and modification require some special permission from the vendors or the supplier. Clear this point here? Why it is called as the neither open or not freely available? Because maybe if you want to use it, use is regulated. Clear this point here? Some restriction is there in the use of the proprietary software, and maybe you want to do some of the distribution of the software to any other, or maybe you want to do some of the modification changes in the software. That means we need some of the special permission by the supplier or the vendor. And also we can say that in our proprietary software, the source code of the proprietary software is normally not available. Clear this point here? The source code of the proprietary software is normally not available. Now, the meaning of the source code. The source code is any collection of the code. That means such code is created by the user. And while going to create, the user creating not just only one or two, that means maybe to create any type of, to want to any type of the operation, first of all, we need to create the collection of the code, and with or without the comments. We know the meaning of the comment. The comment means understandable. That means whatever the coding we are going to write here, it should be understandable to everyone. So just to understand what we are written in the coding, to understand we are going to write the comment line. Clear this point here? Comment line. So written using a human readable programming language. So clear this point here? The meaning of the source code. The source code means collection of the code here, and such collection of the code sometime we are going to use by using the comment line here. The comment line means we are going to write, or we can say that it is a human readable programming language. We can understand what's the meaning of each code here. So the source code is often transformed by an assembler or the compiler. So whatever you are going to write in a source code, later what such coding is going to transmitted by using the software. Maybe the software is the compiler or the assembler. We know the meaning of the compiler. The compiler is a software and which is used to convert from source code to the object code. That means the source code to the machine code. Clear this point here? So is often transformed by an assembler or the compiler into the binary machine code that can be executed by the computer. So clear this point here, the meaning of the source code. So here we can say that in case of the proprietary software, the source code of the proprietary software is normally not available. Clear this point here, the meaning of the source code here. That means the code created by the user is called as the source code, and after the creation of the source code, such source code going to transmit maybe to the machine code by using the software like our compiler or the assembler. But in case of the proprietary, the software is not, that means the source code is not or normally not available. Clear this point here? Okay. Now after the proprietary software, the next question is what is freeware? Clear this point here? What is freeware? So we can say that the term freeware has no clear definition. Why we used here has no clear definition? Because we can't say whether it comes in the category of free software or maybe it comes in the category of open source software. So because of this reason, I said first of all I started the word, the term freeware has no clear definition. That means it going to join with the free software or the open source software, but we can say is generally used for the software. It is called as the software which is available free of cost. Clear this point here, which is available free of cost here, and also allowing copying and distribution. That means we can say that in a free of cost we can get such a software, and after the get of such a software here we can make or it allowing the copy of the software and also the distribution of the software, but we can't do any modification to the software. Clear this point here, we can't do any modification. That is called is, if you want to make some changes in the software you can't do it. So this is called as the free software and whose source code is not available. Clear this point here, the source code is normally not available like our proprietary software. So the free software should not be mistaken for the open software or the free software. So clear the meaning about the free software in this case here, about our free software. So clear now about the free, why? Because it is also a software and available in free of cost here, and it possible to do some of the copying and distribution of the software, but we can't do any modification to the software, and also the source code of the freeware is normally not available. Clear this point here? Okay. Now after completing the freeware, the next question is what is shareware? Okay. So shareware, as the name suggests, we can say that we can share the software. Is it? Well, because we know that what's the name of the software? The name of the software is the shareware. So it is also a software, and here we can say that which is made available with the right to redistribute the copies. That means it have the right. So such a software we can redistribute to any other. Clear this point here? We can make the redistribution in the software, but in case when you want to use this software for a longer period, that means the license fee should be paid. Clear this point here? So we can say that maybe if you are going to use for a short period, maybe for your 2 days, 3 days, and maybe for the 15 days, that means no any problem. But in case if the shareware software you are going to use for a longer period of time, then license fee should be paid. So this is some explanation about our shareware. Now more explanation when you are going to write, we can say about the shareware as the, in shareware the source code is not available. Clear this point here? We know that in proprietary software also source code is not going to available. In freeware also source code is not going to available, as well as our shareware also we can say that the source code is not available, and we know the meaning of the source code. Correct now, the collection of code here is called as the source code here, and just it is a human readable programming language here, and later words we are going to convert by using some of the software like compiler to the machine code here, and later words whatever we converted into the machine code, that can be executed by the computer. So this is called as the source code. Okay, now we know that in our shareware the source code is not available, and also we can say that the modification to the software are not allowed. The modification to the software, that means if you want to make some of the changes in the software, it's not possible to do it. So this is some explanation about the shareware. And later next one, our next expand www. So the full form of the www we can say as the World Wide Web. So clear this point here. So in this page we completed some of the important 1 mark questions. So the questions are, first one is the open source software, second free software, third flows, fourth one is the FSF. We know the full form also, Free Software Foundation. Next one is the W3C, World Wide Web Consortium. Next, proprietary software. It's a very important question. Next one is about our freeware and also the shareware. And lastly, we completed the www World Wide Web. Okay, after completing the first thing about our proprietary software, shareware and freeware, or maybe the open source software, free software, or the World Wide Web. Now let's the meaning of the what is www. We know the full form of the www, World Wide Web, correct no? Is a set of protocols. Now we know the meaning of the protocol. Is a standard set of rules. Clear this point here. The meaning of the protocol is a standard set of rules that allow the electronic devices to communicate with each other. That means whatever the electronic devices or the computer going to communicate just because of this set of the protocol, set of the rules here. So this protocol or the set of the rules allowing us to communicate with each other. Clear this point here. Electronic devices to communicate with each other. So it tells some of the rules. So what are the rules are going to join in the protocol? The rules like what type of data may be transmitted. Clear this point here. Maybe what type of data may be going to transmit from one computer to the another computer, or what command are used to send, or what command are used, or what command are received data. Clear this point here. How data transforms are confirmed, each and everything. So all those information going to use in our protocol. Clear this point. What are the information going to use? So some of the information we already set in protocol in set of the rules. So some of the rules like what type of data may be transmitted from one computer to the another computer, or what command are used. Clear this point here. Just to note, just to write one of the software here, or what type of command are used to send in this case or receive the data, or how data transfers are confirmed, each and everything. So all are going to use in our protocols. So that allow to access any document on the net through a naming system based on the URL. As we know that maybe I want to access some of the information from the net, then sure, first of all I am using some of the software, I am using the website address. Clear this point here. So just to depend on the website address, I am going to access some information through the net here. So we can say that the World Wide Web is a set of protocols here and allowing to access any information on the net, and we are going to access the information. It depend or based on the URL. The URL full form is the Uniform Resource Locator, or we know that the each website has a unique address called as the URL, or in simple words the URL meaning the address of the website is called as the URL. Clear this point here. So this is about our www, and after that the www telnet. So nowadays, before going to tell any information about the telnet here, nowadays what's the use of the internet? Why we using the internet? We know that just to access any information, especially first of all we think about the internet here. So we can say that like that only our telnet going to work like the internet. So the telnet full form teletype network. Clear this point here? Full form is the teletype network is an older internet utility. Okay, here it is works like the internet. It is an older internet utility, and such a utility lets you to log on to the remote computer system. That means we can connect the one computer to another by using the telnet program. Clear this point? The telnet program. But before going to connect to another device or another computer, we should know the login ID and the password here. If you know the login ID and the password, you can access any information from the another computer, or we can say that from the remote computer system. So this is the meaning of the telnet here. And after the telnet, the next thing about our what is web browser, the meaning of the web browser. So one example for the web browser we can say as the Internet Explorer, and we know that what's the use of the Internet Explorer. That means we know that before going to access any information from World Wide Web, first of all we need to click on the web browser, that is called as the Internet Explorer, and laterwards we are going to write some of the addresses here, and depend on the address which information you want, sure you are going to write some of the name of the website or the address of the website, and laterwards you are going to access information from the or through the net. So the web browser is a software application, or we can say as the www client, and that link through the World Wide Web and display the web pages. Or in simple words, we can say a web browser is a software application or the www client application, and that enable the user to view the web pages, to link the websites here, that is called as the navigate the websites here, and move from one website to the another website. Just because of the web browser we can access any information through the net. So most important or the popular web browsers we can say as the Internet Explorer and the Netscape Navigator. So clear this point, what's the use of the web browser. And after the web browser, the next thing about our what is web server. So here we can say that the web server is an internet host computer. It is the most important computer. We know that after creating all those web pages we are going to store in one place, so the name of the place is called as the server. Clear this point here? So the web server is an internet host computer, and that many store thousand of the websites. Clear this point here? So many of the websites we are going to store, and maybe anytime you want to get any information, just we need to, that means first of all we need to click on the web browser here, and the web browser send request to the server in this case, and later after receiving the request, the server just passing the information to the web browser. So because of this we can get any or we can access any information on the net. So in simple meaning we can say the web server is a www server that respond to the request made by the web browsers. Clear this point here? So we can say that respond the server that respond to the request made by our web browsers here. So this is the meaning of the web server. Now let's the meaning of the web page. What is a web page here? So we can say that the web page means the internet page. Correct na kya? In our website many number of the pages are there. So many pages are there. So we can say that the each internet page is called as the web page, or in simple meaning we can say as a document that can be viewed in a web browser and residing on a website is called as the web page, or in simple words, the web page use the HTTP, or we can say as the internet page is called as the web page. So clear this point here. So we can say that the document residing on the websites are called as the web page, and we know that the website not just hold one page here. So in website many number of the pages are there here. So maybe 10 pages are there in the website. All those 10 pages are called as the web page. Clear this point here. So each internet page is called as the web page in this case here. And later after the web page, we know that in our web page some of the pages are there. So the first page is the home page. So which page is called as the home page here? So we can say that the first page of the website is called as the home page here, or in simple words, when website is open, the home page is displayed. Or we can say when you are going to open any website, first of all, what's the page we will get? Such page is called as the home page here. And the second point we can say about the web portal. Clear this point. Now we are in the concept of the web page only here. After the web server, I selected the web page. In this case, we know the meaning of the web page. Each internet page is called as the web page. Now in web page only, I want to tell some other information about the home page. The meaning of the home page, the first page of the website is called as the home page. When you are going to open any website, whatever the first page we will get, such page is called as the home page. Now let's the second thing about our web portal. Clear this point here. So it is a website which hosts other websites. So what's the meaning of this one? Or in simple words, we can say that a web portal has hyperlink to many other websites. That means, see, maybe you want any information, maybe any website information, then sure, first of all, you are going to link to the Google, or maybe you are going to link to the Yahoo. Correct, is it? So this one is the first website, and just through the Google or the Yahoo, by selecting any one, you are going to connect to the other website. So this is called as the web portal. Clear this point. What's the meaning of the web portal here? That means we can say that it is also a website, and by using such a website, we can connect with the another website here. Or in some other words, or in other words, we can say that a web portal has a hyperlink to many other websites. So one very simple example I said, that means maybe you want to access any information from the website. First of all, how we are going to click to the Google, and after going to the Google here, we selecting or we are accessing many other information by using the other website here. So like that only, the Google is the one kind of website. By using the Google, we connecting to the many website, or maybe your choice website here. So by clicking upon these links, the corresponding website can be opened here. So this is about our web page. Now, next thing about our expand URL. So what's the full form of the URL? We know that the address of the website, correct? No, the address of the website is called as the URL. So URL full form is the Uniform Resource Locator. Clear this point here. The each website has a unique address called as the URL. The full form of the URL is the Uniform Resource Locator. And after URL, the next question is, what is e-commerce? Okay, the meaning of the e-commerce, the full form we can say that electronic commerce. That means here whatever the goods going to purchase, or what's the goods are going to transfer, everything just through electronically we are doing here. So we can say the meaning of the e-commerce. E-commerce is a trade of goods and services with the help of telecommunication and the computers. Clear this point. It is a trading of goods. Maybe we are going to purchase any goods, or maybe we are going to sell any goods or the services, any kind of information or any kind of services or any kind of the product just through the computer. Clear this point here. So this is called as the e-commerce here. Now after the e-commerce, the next question is it's a very important question, the full form of the expand IPR. So the full form of the IPR we can say as the intellectual property rights. Clear this point. Why? Because some of the rights are there here. So In software also some of the rights are there. Maybe the right is it able to distribute the copy, modify the copy, or maybe we can say about the distribution, modification, change or study. So all are comes of the right of the software here. So the full form of the IPR, intellectual property rights. And after completing the www, telnet, web browser, web server, web page, URL, e-commerce and the IPR, the next we are going to our 2 marks question. Clear this point here? The 2 marks question. So the first question is the write or mention any 2 criteria that is called as the condition of OSS. So the full form of the OSS is the open source software. So some of the condition or criteria were, because here just I am going to mention the criteria or the condition, but in our 5 marks question I am going to explain about our maybe whatever the mentioning points are there, I am going to explain there. Clear this point here? So now just only I am mentioning the criteria or the condition of the OSS. So the first one is the free redistribution, second one is the derived works, and third one is called as the no discrimination against a person or a group of persons. Clear this point here? So the first one is the free redistribution. We are in the question of the condition of the OSS. The full form of the OSS is the open source software here. So the first one is the free redistribution, second one is the derived works, and third one is called as the no discrimination against a person or group of persons. The meaning of the discrimination is called as the restriction. There is no any restriction when you are going to just distribute to maybe to any person or a group of persons. Okay. Now, after that, what is OSS? So, in this case, our OSS and the flows. We know the meaning of OSS as well as the flows here, but also we are going to study in 2 marks question the meaning of the OSS. So, OSS refers to or the full form open source software, and it is a software whose source code is available. We know the meaning of the source code, correct? Now the collection of code is called as the source code here, and maybe it is a human readable language, programming language here, and after such source code or what's the code created by the user, such one going to transmit it to the machine code here that are executed by the computer. So here we can say that the source code is available to the customer. The open source software source code is available to the customers here, and such software can be modified. If you want to make some of the changes in the software, you can do it, and also after the modification of the software, we can redistribute such a software without any limitations. Clear this point here? So this is the meaning of the OSS, and also we know that an OSS may come with a free of charge here, or maybe with the payment of nominal charges that it developers may charge in the name of the development. That means for the improvement of the software, they are charging some of the amount here, or for the support of the software. So this is about our OSS. And next thing about our FSS. So in this case, the FLOSS, okay, the full form is called as the flows. In this, the full form is called as the flows. Why? Because the question is the OSS. We already completed the meaning of the OSS in this case, the open source software, and we know that the software whose source code available to customers, and also possible to modify the software, redistribute the software without any limitations. Now, let's the meaning of the FLOSS. So the full form of the flows refer to free labor and open source software, and free labor open source software. So this is the full form of the flows. And we know that the flow, it is also a software, but we can't say it comes to the category, that means it comes properly to which category. So which is both free software as well as open source software. Clear this point here? So we can say that it is a software and which comes or which is both free software. We know the meaning of free software as well as open source software. Here that is called as the flows here. And we know the word, one is the labor and second one is the labor. So LIBRE, labor, it's a Spanish word, and labor, it's a Portuguese word. The meaning is the freedom. So clear this point? So this is some explanation about our flows in this case. And after completing OSS and flows, the next thing about our mention any two web browsers. The next important question. So we already know, maybe in case you want to access any information through World Wide Web or on the net, in this case, first of all, we need to click on the web browser. We need to select the web browser. So some of the web browser examples we can say as the Opera, Netscape, Navigator, Google Chrome, and the Internet Explorer. But here we can say the most important web browsers are Internet Explorer and the Netscape Navigator. So clear this point here. So all are the example for the web browsers here. Now after that, we know the meaning of the e-commerce, correct? No? Now what are the types of the e-commerce in our 2 marks question. So mention any two type of the e-commerce. So the first type we can say, we know the meaning of the e-commerce is a trade of goods and services with the help of telecommunication and the computer. So that means we can say that maybe you want to, that means whatever is that, it is a, in case of the e-commerce is a trade of, we are going to make the trading or maybe the services product in exchange of the services, product or any kind of information just through the computer. So some of the types are business to consumer and consumer to the business. Clear this point here? So the first type of the e-commerce. So the first one is the business to consumer. That means here we are going to make the business that is from business to the consumer and also called as the B2C. Clear this point? B means business, C means the consumer. So the exchange of services, the exchange of information and maybe the exchange of the product from business to a consumer. Clear this point here? Maybe any kind of product when you want to exchange or the information or services that is going to exchange between business to a consumer here. So one example I want to tell here, the example is the Dell selling me a laptop. So here we can say that the Dell is a company, that means the business here. So this is the example for the business here, and selling me a laptop, that means as a consumer I am going to purchase the laptop that is from the Dell company. Okay. And maybe by using the website is the Flipkart, Amazon or the Snapdeal. Maybe by using any website I am going to purchase the any laptop. Clear this point here? So this is about our business to the consumer. And after business to the consumer, the next thing about our consumer to the business. So what about the consumer to the business here? We know the meaning of the business to consumer. Still here we know that whatever we are going to purchase just from the business, through the business we are going to purchase, correct no kya? But now it is some different thing. Why? Because here the consumer doing some of the business with the business partner. So in short form this is called as the C2B. Clear this point? So here we can say the customer directly contact with the business vendors. The business vendors is called as the suppliers who are supplying the product or any kind of information or maybe the services to the consumers, correct no kya? But here we can say that the customer who want to do some of the business are directly contact with the suppliers, business vendors here. And why they are contacting with the suppliers? Why? Because they have some of the project here. By posting their project work with the set budget online. Clear this point here? That means some of the project they are passing to the suppliers here. Or maybe if any company wants such a project, they are going to review the project in this case, and laterwards if they are satisfactory in the project, they are directly contact with the customer directly with the bid in this case. So the meaning of the bid. The meaning of the bid, offer, is called as the offer or a certain price for something. Clear this point here? The certain price for the something in this case here. So we can say about our business to consumer and select the company for further processing. Why? Because we know that the consumer to business, here the customer directly going to contact with the suppliers. But why they going to contact? Why? Because they have some of the project here, so they are directly going to contact by using such or with the project with our needy companies, and later words, if the company want to make the contact with the customer, they are going to make the contact with the customer here. So the consumer review all the bids here and select the company for further processing. Clear this point? So some example we can say about our guru.com or the freelancer.com. This is the example for our consumer to the business. So clear this point about the consumer to the business here. Now the next question about our write any two application of e-commerce, or in other words we can say as the two services of the e-commerce or the users of the e-commerce. As we know that the e-commerce means whatever is that everything going to do by using the computer through electronically, maybe any transfer of funds here or any kind of work just through the computer we are doing here. So now the next is the application of the e-commerce or the services of the e-commerce. So the first users of the e-commerce, here we are going to buy and sell can be done online at any time. There is no any restrictions, correct? No, 24 hours, 24/7. Clear this point here? Maybe whenever you want to buy any products here, or maybe you want to sell any product, you can do it, you can done it just by using the online at any time. So this is the first users about the e-commerce here. And the second we can say about it provide the faster payment through electronic fund transfer. Maybe you want to transfer any fund to your relatives or maybe to anyone, okay, to your friend or any, that means very easily we can do the transfer of the funds through the computer. Clear this point? To around the world here. So we can say the second point is the it provide faster payment through electronic fund transfer. So these are the users of the or the application of our or the services of the e-commerce here. So after completing some of the 2 marks question, the 2 marks question is the condition of the OSS, open source software, and what is OSS, and FLOSS, that is free labor open source software, and also some of the mention part of the web browsers here or the example of the web browsers, and about the types of the e-commerce, that is the business to consumer, consumer to business here, and also lastly we completed the application or the services of the e-commerce. Now shall we go to our 3 marks question? Okay, so in our 3 marks question, the first question I want to select about the write any 3 criteria of open source software. So here also I'm not going to discuss, so whatever the discussing part is there, I'm going to discuss in 5 marks question, and here like our 2 marks question, the same thing I'm going to use just only the side point about the condition of the open source software. So some of the condition of the OSS or open source software are free redistribution in the license, derived works, that means if you want to make some of the changes in the software you can do it, and third one is the no discrimination against persons or groups. There is no any restriction, that means any person can use the software or a group of person can use the software here. And the last thing about our no discrimination against the field of endeavor, that means there is no any restriction, any we can use in any field, maybe the field like a business field or maybe any research purpose field. Clear this point here? So here just only we can say that any 3 condition of the open source software are free redistribution, second one is the derived works, third one is the no discrimination against persons or group of persons here, and fourth one is the no discrimination against field of the endeavor. Okay, now after completing our some information about our criteria of OSS. Now let's, for our next thing, briefly explain the internet. We know the meaning of the internet, correct? No? Because in network, here many computers are there. So maybe one network, in one network, maybe many computer or the number of computers are there. And maybe in second network, now when you are going to connect the first network to the second network, that is called as the internet. Now we are going to discuss some information about the internet here. So internet is a worldwide network of computer network and developed from the first network ARPANET. Correct? No? Here. So we know that the first network, the name of the first network, the name of the first network is the ARPANET. The full form of the ARPA, we know the spelling ARPANET. So the full form of the ARPANET, the Advanced Research Project Agency Network. Clear this point? Again I am repeating, the ARPANET full form, the Advanced Research Projects Agency Network. So the ARPANET was one of the world's first operational packet switching network. So in simple word, we can say that maybe in examination, if they ask what is the first network, the name of the first network, the network is the ARPANET. So here we can say that it was the world first operational packet switching networks. And in network we know that many number of the computers are there here. Okay, now about the network, we know the meaning of the network. So we can say that the internet is an interconnection of large and small networks. There is no any restriction. Maybe in first network, maybe 5 computers are there, or maybe in second computer, we want the same computer, same number of computer. Maybe in first network, maybe the computer, 10 computers we already connected. Maybe in second network, the less number of computers are there. There is no any problem. That means maybe one computer, one network going to join or connect with another network is called as the internet. So we can say that the internet is an interconnection of large and small networks. Clear this point here? Around the globe, around the world in this case. That means we know that why, because all those computers are connected to one another, so no any problem to access any information around the globe, around the world here. So the common use of the internet standard allow the users to connect it to one network to communicate with the users on another network. We know that what's the use of the connection. Why? Because why we connecting the one computer to the another computer, our most important use just we connecting the one network to the another network just to make some of the communication, just to access any information around the globe. So because of the internet we can access any type of information around the globe. So clear this point? The meaning of the internet. So here we can say in simple meaning, internet is an interconnection of large and small networks. Okay. Okay. Now let's next thing about our briefly explain the telnet in this case. Now we know that why, because it going to work like our internet, correct? Now why we using the internet is using to access any information through the world or through around the globe here. So this is the use of the internet. So like that only our telnet going to work. Such a telnet is also calling as the remote login. Clear this point here? The remote login or the telnet full form is the teletype network. So is an older internet utility. We know the use of the internet. So here we can say that it is an older internet utility and that lets you to log on to the remote computer system. That means from any computer we can connect. Clear this point here? Just because of the telnet. Clear in this case? So it is a program. The telnet is a program. By using this program we can connect like our internet to any computer. and we can access any information. So the telnet program gives you a character based terminal window on another system. That means how it possible to connect to the telnet program. First of all, you should know the login prompt on that system. Clear this one? The login prompt are the login id and the password. If you know the login id and the password, if you have permitted access, then you can work on that system. Clear this point? It's not possible if you don't know the login id or if you don't know the password. When you are going to know, because when you are the authorized person. Clear this point? If you are the authorized person, then sure you know the id and the password of any computer. So but here we can say that the unauthorized person means here, that means they don't have the right to access any information from any computer. Such person is called as the unauthorized person here. But in case of the telnet, if you know, that means if you are a authorized person, if you know the login id and the password, if you have the permitted access, then you can work by using such a system. So clear this point, the meaning of the telnet here. Or simply, or the lastly, we can say that the telnet has been used by the people who having the login on the remote system. Clear this point? And later we can say want to do serious work there. We are not using just for the time pass or for the entertainment. If you want to do the serious work, then only we are going to connect to the telnet. Why? Because it is a program here and we can access, it works like the internet here, and we can access any information through the or from the another computer just by accessing. Clear this point? Okay, now later next one, after that the next question is write any three services used in the e-commerce. So what are the services we can use in the e-commerce in this case? So some of the services we can say in our e-commerce. First one is the buying and selling can be done online. Maybe you want to purchase, maybe you want to sell any type of the product, we can do it through online at any time, 24 into 7 hours. Correct here? And second point, we can say it provide faster payment through electronic fund transfer. Maybe you want to transfer any amount to any person here. Maybe very quickly we can make the transfer of the fund, okay, through the computer. And lastly, we can say the third point here, without going to the shop, the customer can view the product through website, thus saves the time as well as the money also. So clear this point here? Now we are in the question. The question is the users or the services of the e-commerce. So the technology or the services of the e-commerce, that means what's the use of the e-commerce? We know that we can purchase the product, we can sell the product here. And maybe you want to do some of the payment transaction through electronically, we can transfer the fund, correct? Now very quickly here. And lastly, we can say that without going to shop, the customer can view the product through website here and also saves the money and the time here. So this is called as the services used in the e-commerce. And later next one about the question. The question is explain the type of e-commerce. It's a very important question. We already explained maybe the two type of the e-commerce. The types are business to business and business to consumer. But also here, let's again, I want to explain. It's an important question also. So first one, the types of the e-commerce. So before going to start e-commerce types here, the meaning of the e-commerce or the definition of the e-commerce is a trade of goods and services with the help of telecommunication and the computer. Clear this point here? Now, the types of the e-commerce. So, business to business. So, maybe the exchange of services, the exchange of information, the exchange of product from business to another business partners. Clear this one? Here we are going to make some of the exchange, maybe in services, information or any type of the product, that is from one business partner to another business partner kya. So one example we can say the Intel selling microprocessor to Dell. Clear this point? Both are considering as the business partner. The Intel is also a business partner and Dell it's also a company, it's a business partner. Clear this point here? It is a business in this case. So we can say that here one example, the suitable example we can say for our business to business, that is the Intel company selling the microprocessor to the Dell. Clear? The Dell company kya. And the second type we can say the business to consumer. So is also called as the B2C, business to consumer here. So in this case, the exchange of services, the exchange of information and also the products from business to a consumer. Clear this point here? First thing we said business to business. First thing we said business to business here, but in second thing I want to tell here the information that is from business to the consumer, or maybe any exchange of information, exchange of the services or exchange of the product here, that is from the business to a consumer. So clear this point here, the business to a consumer in this case here. So one example we can say about the Dell selling me a laptop. Clear this point? The Dell selling me a laptop. So the laptop, that means I am going to purchase the laptop. So so here we can say as we are the consumer. Okay, here. So Dell selling me a laptop. So by using the website Flipkart, Amazon, Snapdeal. So this is about our business to the consumer here. Now let's the next thing about our consumer to business. We know that just we completed two types. First one is the business to business. Second one is the business to consumer, and already we completed by using the example. Now the third type we can say about the consumer to business and also called as the C2B. Now we know that the customer directly contact with business vendors by posting their project work with set budget online. Clear this point here? But because here we are not going to do the business, that is from business to the consumer. Here the consumer doing business with the business vendors. Clear this point here? The customer or the consumer doing business with the supplier or the business vendors. How they conducting the business? Well, because they providing, they posting their project work. Okay, kya? And they also adding some of the budget, that means the set budget. What's the budget of such project in this case, and what's the money they want for such a project, each and everything, all those information they are going to add in the or with the project while going to send any project to our business vendors in this case here, so that the needy company review it. So each and every information whatever they send to the suppliers or maybe to any type of the company or to the many company, so every company just review all those project in this case and also check the information about the project amount, money, each and everything, and later words if they are ready to take, they are directly contact with the customer directly with the bid in this case here. So clear this point here, and later words we can say that the consumer review all the bids here and select the company, and after that our consumer maybe if they want, that means many company passed some of the information to the consumer, and later was the consumer selecting all those information, and lastly they are going to select any one company just to pass the project. Clear this point here? The consumer review all the bids here and select the company for further processing. We already know some of the example, that is the guru.com or the freelancer.com here. So this is the example about our consumer to the business here. And later lastly we can say about consumer to consumer. That means we know that still here business to business, business to consumer, consumer to business. Now there is the contact or there is business in between consumer to consumer, that is also called as the C2C. Okay, now e-commerce is simply commerce between private individual or the consumers. We know that because the one example, first of all I want to tell here, the example is the Ram buying smartphone from Sham. Clear this point here? Why? Because Ram is also a consumer, Shyam is also a consumer here. They are just exchanging, exchanging maybe the cell phone, smartphone. Clear this point here? So Ram buying this smartphone from Shyam using the OLX. Clear this point? So here we can say that here no any business partner, both are called as the consumers only. The Ram as well as the Shyam, both are consumers. Okay, here. So this is called as the business in between consumer to the consumer here. And after that, we know that the next thing about our advantage of the e-commerce. Okay, here. The advantage of the e-commerce. So in case of the advantage of the e-commerce, we can say about our the first thing, the buying and selling can be done online at any time. The buying and the selling of the product, we can do it at any time. There is no any restriction. Maybe morning or night, we can do it any time. That is 24 into 7 hours. Clear? So this is the first advantage of the e-commerce. The second advantage, we know that maybe if you want to pay some of the amount, if you want to transfer some of the amount, maybe to anywhere around the world here, you can do it very quickly just through the electronic fund transfer, and it also possible just because of the computer. So, and we know the meaning of the e-commerce here. And later, the third point, we can say that the online payment reduces the work of carrying money to the shop and also saves the money. Otherwise, if you want to purchase from the outside, means you need to go here and each and everything, correct? No, here maybe we want some of the time here, but in case of by sitting at home, if you are going to purchase anything, that means no need to go, and maybe it going to save our time as well as the money also. So the third advantage, we can say that online payment reduces the work of carrying money to the shop and also saves the money. And the fourth point, the customer can search for the competitive prices quickly. Maybe because here many choices are there. So by using all those choices, we can purchase any product from any website. Correct here? Just by using one website, it's not possible to get. Maybe if you want to make some of the choices, you can go for the many websites here. So the customer can search for the competitive prices quickly before purchasing the item. Okay, here. So this is about our fourth advantage, and the wider choice for the item selection. That means here we can say that not just only the one selection, we will get many type of the selection. So that is called as the wider choice for item selection. And lastly, we can say without going to the shop, customer can view the product through website and thus saves the time. Okay, so this is all are the advantages, and after that we can say we can add some other advantages here. The easier entry into the new market, correct? No, maybe you want to purchase any info, maybe you want to purchase any product, any services or any kind of the product here just through the website. We can search the product here, so we can say the easily entry into the new market, especially geographically to our remote market. Okay, kya? And maybe the global participation, that means there is no any restriction, just only the some person can use the website here, there is no any restriction. So here we can say about our the global participation in the market. Okay, kya? And the buyer making the buying decision. Maybe if you want to purchase anything, that means sure you only going to take the decision here. So the one more advantage we can say about the buyer makes the buying position or buying decision in this case here. And lastly, it improved the market intelligence also. So all are called as the advantage of the e-commerce. Clear this point? All are called as the advantage of the e-commerce here. So now after completing some of the advantage of the e-commerce,
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.